sometimes I feel just so innocent, you know, like with my big old brown eyes, my brown hair, I wear green, I'm innocent, I'm a good, cute girl. No one would ever guess that everybody thinks I'm a sloot, because yeah, I kind of am, and a lot of people tell me that I'm gonna go to hell because I like to do this without any clothes on for anyone that wants to pay to see it. So sometimes I just like to live in delusion and live a lie of innocence.
I want to be in a relationship, but I also know now's not the time.
Why not?
Because I still need to work on my career.
When would be the right time?
When I'm making enough to support us.
So you're just not gonna date
Until I get to where I need to be, yeah.
Well, can't you do both? You can both work on your careers and the relationship at the same time. Like, have you ever considered that growing together while also being together is an option?
Nah, because if I focus on both, then both will fail. If I'm in a relationship, I need to be able to give them everything. And if I can't, then it's doomed to fail.
What do you mean, doomed to fail?
In my last relationship, I learned that you need money to make it work.
True.
At the time, I didn't understand it. I thought that as long as we loved each other, we could make it work. But she wanted things that I couldn't give her.
Damn.
I thought that she cared way too much about money. But she's not wrong for wanting those things. It's completely valid. It was me who was wrong. That's why I need to focus on my career now and focus on a relationship later. This is Why People Stay Single, Part 2. Follow for the next part.
The world is speeding up, and I, as a professional, even though I am monumentally more successful than you, feel like I am running out of time. Because as things get quicker, time becomes more valuable. You see? Things that used to take a decade to transgress are now happening very, very quickly. Technology is ensuring it. Only 3 years ago, you were locked in your house, G. You weren't allowed out. And you've forgotten already because so many things have happened since. Things are happening quicker and quicker, faster and faster. You have to act with speed. In the 1980s, if they sit and say, you can go to university and you can spend 4 years and you can get a degree and then you get a good job. It's only 4 years, it's worth it to set up your future. You could sit there and ponder the decision. But nowadays, when you say 4 years to somebody, 4 years. 4 years ago, COVID hadn't even appeared yet. Do you have 4 years to spend to get a degree to then apply for a job and be in monumental debt? You don't have the time. 4 years now is worth 20 years in the past. Things have changed. You have to be looking to act quickly. If you have a plan that involves anything longer than 3 months of time for you to get rich, it's not a plan, it's a dream. If your plan is to get a mortgage and pay off your mortgage across 20 years and then you'll be financially secure, it's a dream. You have to pray you don't get in a car crash. You have to pray World War III doesn't happen. You have to pray so many things don't happen. You have to be so monumentally lucky to pull that off. And even if you pull it off, you're not even going to be rich. If your plan is to go to university and get a degree and spend 4 years and study and get in debt and then apply and then get a job and then maybe when I'm 36 I'll have some money, that's not a plan. None of that is a plan. You need a plan to make money today because things are happening faster and faster. Who knows what's going to happen next week? We're literally discussing World War III all over the timeline permanently. You need money now. And there is one place on the planet which will teach you how to make money right now.
All right, people, what's going on? I'm not gonna keep you guys for very long in this video. I am quitting Red Pill YouTube. The long and the short of it is money moves. Just like you saw in the video previous, I gotta make a money move. I've told you guys this on my streams. You know, if you're not making money moves and you're kind of wasting your time, the global economy is collapsing. We could be at World War III within the week's end, within the month's end, within the year's end, right? And if that happens, hey, I guess we're all kind of screwed. But if that doesn't happen, you know, you still have to live in this world with a sinking economy, which means you have to be out here making money moves. I'm in a position to make a money move today, right? Just like Tate was talking about, do you have the ability to make money today? I do have the ability to make money today. It's a blessing. I won't say it's just an ability because I'm better than anybody. It's just a position I've put myself in by having a monetized YouTube channel. Now, as my channel is monetized, it is Red Pill and it's fledgling. It's not doing all that well, right? And that's all well and good. The point of the matter is I can actually flip this channel, right? I can transition this to a gaming channel and I can get a lot of views. And even if I don't get a lot of views, once I go 1 for 1, like one gaming video, I can replace that gaming video. I can replace a Red Pill video with a gaming video. And I can just go 1 for 1 and turn this into a gaming channel. And whether it's successful or not, I can sell it. And those channels sell for big money, right? At the same time, right, it's summertime, all the kids are out, everybody's streaming Warzone and Marvel Rivals and this and that. The game sector of YouTube is way bigger than the Red Pill sector. And like I said, this channel isn't a cash cow, right? It's not a cash cow. But I can do way more streaming on the game side than I can on the Red Pill side. And you have to look at the cost-benefit analysis, like the mental cost, the mental tax, all of that, to put these Red Pill streams together, and then they're not really getting all that much money. They're not getting that much traffic, this, that, and the third. This isn't me complaining. This is just me telling you guys. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'll always say it. You got to make money moves. Now, what that means is this is probably going to be my last Red Pill video. When I go live later today, I'll be gaming, and I probably won't have my face up there on the screen, but I will be on the mic, so you guys can tap in and talk. We can talk Red Pill. We can certainly talk Red Pill. You can make Red Pill comments, and I'll pause the game and you know, address that or whatever the case might be. But I'm just saying, I'm not going to waste time on the Red Pill. Everything that needs to be said about Red Pill has been said by me and hundreds of others. I'm not about to become some Red Pill superstar. Nobody else is either, right? YouTube is not stymieing the Red Pill message. They're letting it go out. They're just not, you know, pushing it. So it's getting watered down. And like I said, this channel is fledgling. It's not doing anything. I'm struggling to crack 200 views. When I post a regular video and when I post a live, I might have like 20 people in there, which isn't bad. It's not horrible. But when you look at the effort that has to go into it, it's like, okay, it's better to have a fledgling game channel that can be sold or can be leveraged on, you know, Twitch or Rumble or something like that, than to just have a fledgling Red Pill channel that you can't go anywhere with, right? So I know a lot of you guys might not agree with this, but I don't really care. Like I said, this is about money. Even if I fail in what I'm doing, I'm still going to succeed, because all I have, like I said, all I have to do is replace the Red Pill videos with the gaming videos, and then you can sell the channel. That's a money move. I'm going to encourage all of you guys to make a money move. Do something to get more money. We are in bad economic times, right? I'm not going to beat that into the ground either, right? Make a move. You've been following me for this long, and my message has never changed. Make a move. Things are not getting better. They're only getting worse. So like I said, this is my last Red Pill video. I know some of you guys might think I'm selling out. I don't care. This is about money. You're not feeding my family. I got to feed them. For those of you who supported, I do sincerely thank you. And I invite you, support more. Right? Tap in. Watch the game streams. I'm just making a move that's going to benefit me financially, and I hope you do the same. Nothing more, nothing less.
Success goes back to the same old story no matter how much we want to avoid it. People got financially literate, invested early, and quote, millennials are frustrated. We followed the playbook but haven't seen the rewards. Housing is unaffordable, salaries are low, healthcare is a struggle, and student debt looms large. A lot to unpack here, so first of all, totally understand how millennials feel. However, it's not all millennials. It's millennials who got financially literate are doing perfectly fine. Everyone else is suffering. So that's similar to every generation before millennials. Gen X, boomers, those who spent the time to understand money, quote, millennials are now wealthier than previous generations were at their age. They can't believe it either. Quote, millennials are getting richer faster than previous generations. Here's how they're doing it. It's not going to be a surprise. It's going to be the same thing like previous generations. It's going to be stocks and real estate. Unless you are a superstar entrepreneur, it's going to be difficult to dig yourself out of poverty unless you learn how to invest. The advantage millennials had were that throughout their entire adult life, stocks and real estate have only gone up. About 15 years ago, Andy was a college graduate living with his parents, mowing lawns, digging ditches for extra income. Quote, 15 years ago, Andy Holmes was a college graduate living with his parents, mowing lawns, digging ditches for extra income. He and his college pals who could only get low-paid jobs wondered if they would have a shot at the success their parents had. Holmes put a chunk of money into the stock market, which later yielded a gain in the high five figures. The windfall, combined with a lucrative job switch, made it easier for his wife, Megan, to quit her job. She now looks after 2 young kids full-time. Success is always going to look similar. They all invested early as soon as they could, and now they're fine. Housing is unaffordable, salaries are low. So that's a general comment, and everyone seems to believe that a primary residence is correlated with salary, which it is not. A primary residence is a consumer product. It is consumption. So who can consume the most? Those with the most wealth. The fact that a home is 2, 10, 20 times median household income is irrelevant. That is a made-up relationship used to sell clicks and views. You don't break the 20 and 3 rule for buying a home. 20% down, pay no more than 3 times gross annual household income. That doesn't tell you there's a relationship. It just tells you what you can afford. If that rule is broken, it means on your salary, you cannot afford it, so go look somewhere else. Either go somewhere where you can afford to buy a home. For example, this millennial, 30-year-old making $95,000, buying a $250,000 home. And if you can't afford to buy, which many can't, then you have to rent and with roommates. Healthcare is a struggle. I think that hasn't changed in decades in America. Student debt looms large. You never go into debt for college unless you have a specific plan to pay off that debt between 2 to 4 years after graduating on a minimum wage salary. Whatever minimum wage is in your area, multiply that by a full-time job for 2 to 4 years. That is the most amount of debt you should be able to take. Quote, we were promised comfort by now. Again, promised by who? Are we talking about people who sold their life for a salary? Are those the people who promised that to you? Because they weren't living that life, so I don't know what that promise would be worth. Success goes back to the same old story. No matter how much we want to avoid it, people got financially literate, invested early, and now they're fine. Yes, even millennials. These two graduated during the credit crisis. Quote, the couple started scooping up rental properties in 2013 when prices were low, around the time the city of Detroit filed for bankruptcy. The good news is that the playbook is the same, and now with the stock market down, you get lower prices, so it's even better. Well, it's really up to you. Do you want to spend the time, money, and effort to get financially literate or not? Learn the lessons about money that your parents and teachers should have taught you. Download my free newsletter linked off the bio. Good luck. Take care.